Williams moves on to 16. He's given him. So Tufnell gets his first wicket, and Williams' misjudgment of the line of the ball, looking to sweep, and an important partnership between Williams and Ambrose is ended. Williams disappointed, going leg before wicket for 16, and the West Indies are now 167 for 7.
David Williams thinking he could cash in with another boundary, but he's misjudged not only the line but also the length. Very little hesitation from Steve Buckner. He answers the appeal in the affirmative. David Williams LBW to Tufnell for 16. It's now 167 for 7.
Kenny Benjamin joined Ambrose in the middle, and between them they added another 10 runs despite some good bowling by Tufnell. So there's the West Indies card. A wonderful innings by Lara. He and Chanderpaul were looking very dangerous this afternoon, and useful runs added by Ambrose and Williams. England's bowling dominated by the old campaigner Angus Fraser. He took 3 for 5 in 13 balls after tea, a wonderful performance. And there's the state of the game. West Indies are 37 runs behind.
A double bill of sport from BBC Two now. The battle for a place in the final of the Masters snooker in half an hour, after news of the cricket.
Some people say that a bang on the head is bad for you, but after yesterday, Angus Fraser may beg to differ. Firstly, he fended off 69 balls, scoring 17 runs, and then he tore into bowl, taking 5 for 47, including the wickets of Williams, Carl Hooper, and crucially, the West Indian captain Brian Lara, who had scored a wonderful 55. Fraser was ably supported by Phil Tufnell, who bowled 21 overs for 33 runs, taking 1 wicket. He could have had Kirtley Ambrose had Jack Russell completed this tricky stumping, but Ambrose is still there with Kenny Benjamin, and the West Indies will resume today at 177 for 7, just 37 runs behind England. Hello and welcome back to Port of Spain for what I think will be the most crucial day of this Test match. In fact, by this evening, we should have a very good idea about which team is going to take an early lead in this series. For England, it's simple. They have to take these last 3 wickets as quickly as they can and then extend their lead to 200 or so, while the West Indies have to keep batting for as long as they can. So we're in for a really tense morning here. It's certainly hotting up, and Michael Holding's working up a sweat, preparing his pitch report.
Yes, Jonathan, it is a bit hot out here, but fortunately these days I don't spend too much time in the middle. Let's have a good look at this surface. Yesterday we had a look at this specific area. We saw the ball mark, we saw the indentation, and we also saw this crack. But the only thing is, it has not really deteriorated that much. Today it is looking quite similar to yesterday. The only difference is, yesterday marks like this were not really all over the surface. But today there are quite a few areas just like this. That's that one. You have got another area here which is quite similar. This crack is actually crumbling. You can see the pieces inside the crack. And another area just here. This one is pretty bad as well. Perhaps when Andy Caddick delivered that ball that went over the batsman's head, the wicket-keeper's head, it hit an area similar to this. And today I would think you'll get quite a few balls misbehaving because the areas like that are all over the surface.
We join it in the first over of the day. No runs have been added, and Angus Fraser is bowling to Kenny Benjamin.
Well, that's all over for Kenny Benjamin. He should perhaps have been on the front foot. The ball keeping low again. Cartwheeling stump, and that's great news for England and even better news for Angus Fraser. Fairly conclusive dismissal for Kenny Benjamin. But look how low the ball keeps. Nixon McLean replaces Kenny Benjamin. It's gone fine past Russell. It's very well played by Ambrose. Just a slight change to the field. He's gone for 3 slips and a wide third man. He doesn't want to concede boundaries down to that third man area. Ambrose has come a long way down. He's given up the fight, but the throw's off target. Again, that fine leg glance. Great work by Dean Headley, appreciated by the bowler.
Every run counts at this stage of the game.
In the air and simply taken. Disappointing end for Nixon McLean. He goes for 2, so more success for Fraser. He can't believe his luck. West Indies now 9 down for 190.
It's a slower ball, he's done it. It's all over. Fraser finishes with 8 indeed. A career best performance from Angus Fraser. Picked up all the wickets this morning, and that is the best performance by an Englishman against the West Indies, beating his very own 8 for 75 at Bridgetown and Tony Gregg's 8 for 86 here at the Port of Spain. It's shown all the values of tenacity and skill as well.
Of the West Indian batsmen, only Lara made it past 50, and Ambrose's 31 gave good support, but they conceded a first innings deficit of 23. The English bowling, of course, dominated by those wonderful figures of Angus Fraser, his best in first-class cricket. Beneath the Dos Santos stand, the activity at lunchtime is frenetic as hot food is prepared for the hungry cricket followers. It's a wide selection of rotis, baked fish and fried chicken cutters, all of which go down very well with a bottle of the local brew. England still had some batting to do before they could eat. We join it in the second over, a wide on the board, with Nixon McLean bowling to ALEC Stewart.
Oh yeah, that's an exceptional stroke.
We're talking reaction time here, and this is quite exceptional stuff.
Lovely stroke. Wow, nothing wrong with that. Some experience from ALEC Stewart and a lot of inexperience from Nixon McLean.
And I would say inexperience from Brian Lara as well. It's a gamble that hasn't worked in the first 2 overs.
Runs here for Stewart, face of the bat, and 4 of them. It's another good stroke. That isn't an edge. Oh, they're having a grand time of it.
Lovely stroke. So that gets him off the mark. A big stretch, full swing of the bat. Everything perfect. So Brian Lara has abandoned the experiment. I think we have to call it an experiment of using the 2 least experienced bowlers, and he's gone back now to his main men. Ambrose will take over from Benjamin. Chandapol well taken.
This is a good example of a clear understanding between 2 opening batsmen. No hesitation from either end, and you'll make it. Any hesitation there, and Mike Atherton could have been struggling.
Good shot. A punch off the back foot, a difficult shot to play, and perfectly executed for 4.
I get the feeling that England have come out here in a very positive frame of mind.
Running.
50 comes up for England. Extremely good first wicket partnership. Good running between the wickets and good punishing of anything loose.
Well struck. Found the gap between fine leg and deep backward square and played it perfectly. Ambrose won't get there. Very fine indeed. Ambrose coming around, couldn't make it. Just short. And painful. This is a very intriguing contest here between Walsh and Atherton. Just an outside edge and dropping well short of Lara. That slip. And he didn't enjoy that one little bit.
I think Brian Lara just nipping off to get some ice or a little bit of treatment on that finger.
Oh, that's a dreadful ball. That's hit him on the elbow. It's not out, but it's very, very painful. That's just leapt from a length. I think it's missed the arm guard, and that doesn't look good. That really is a brute of a ball.
Well, that's hit right at the top of the arm guard, between the arm guard and the elbow. Believe me, that is going to be very, very sore. Mike Atherton says it all, and he's 22 yards away, and it wasn't too pleasant. Yeah, ouch, I think he said.
Well, I think that ALEC Stewart's going to be all right. Always a suspicion, of course, that the pitch may be calming down when you're 76 without loss. Clear evidence there that it's not. Oh, well, that's pitched virtually in the same spot as the one that hit Stewart on the elbow. Has jagged back 3 feet, gone along the floor and gone for 4 byes. Well, it's a gift for Atherton, a leg stump half volley, and it's been put away quite comfortably for 4.
What was
Close. There was a hesitation, and Venkat has asked for the third umpire's opinion of this.
I actually think this is going to be quite close. Terrific piece of fielding. He's a long way down and he's got to go, and I think he's struggling here. Just in.
Oh, he's played it on. It was short, wide of the off stump. Atherton going for the pull, has dragged it on off the bottom edge and uprooted the middle stump. England have lost their first wicket. The captain's gone for 31, and England are 91 for 1.
Well, Mike Atherton's going to feel unlucky here. It was there, it was short, it was out the offside, the off stump. It was no one back. Free hit, fortunately for him. Probably not bouncing quite as high as he expected. Bottom edge onto the stumps, and disappointment not just for Mike Atherton, also for ALEC Stewart. Mike Atherton goes 31. It's now 91 for 1.
John Crawley is the new batsman. Well run, and it forces a little error. Now, they're wise not to go for two. Blame John Crawley for that. What it does is it brings up 50 for ALEC Stewart, his second of the match, and they're at a premium on this pitch. He deservedly gets applause from his players, but he also gets a very warm hand from a thinner crowd today than on the previous 2 days, surprisingly, it being a weekend.
Captain Brian Lara coming back out onto the field, had a blow on his finger with that catch or that ball that fell short of him in the slip cordon.
I suppose the great thing was he kept going with it. He didn't just prod it up in the air. The slower ball from Walsh. And a couple of old mates and adversaries.
ALEC Stewart completely deceived by that slow delivery from Courtney Walsh. It was a full length, and he was looking to hit it through the offside, of course, with the ball coming at him a bit slow.
That's runs. Just one of them, Curtly Ambrose. The fielder England come to 100. And what a fine effort that is from their top order. They're 100 for 1. In the air, hasn't made it. One of the few times that Stewart has gone halfway between a straight bat shot and a horizontal bat shot. The ball didn't come onto him, and it nearly made it to mid-on.
Now what happened with that one? First ball from Hooper of a new spell.
Well, Hooper's turned it. That may have surprised Stewart. He didn't get much turn bowling from the media centre end. This one has turned and bounced over the top of middle stump.
Run out chance. Perhaps they didn't gauge for Jimmy Adams' left-handedness. He got there very quickly, released it quickly. The only thing that was wrong in the end was that it missed. That's a good shot. Good punchy push, really. And they'll come back for a third, and that's good running too. England positive in everything they're doing now.
Well, there's one West Indian who's happy, the conch blower.
Well taken, but no ball. That's a brilliant catch. Negated by no ball. David Williams comes up with it. The conch blower has asked for it. And in the end, not for the first time, a West Indian fast bowler has lost a wicket because of a no ball.
Well, when it's not your day, it's not your day. That's the perfect line, the perfect length. Ambrose is beside himself with anger that he's nobody else to blame but himself.
Kenny Benjamin comes back. Just had the 7 overs in 2 separate spells at the beginning. Fine stroke. So Benjamin greeted with a straight drive for 4. He's got him through. Chandapol is quick, will pull it back inside the boundary. But they'll come back for 3 quite comfortably. So Stewart changing gear once more after that little period of uncertainty.
Big break back, but Venkat's decided that that's going down leg side. Stewart not as interested in the LBW decision as Crawley, called the Lancastrian through for a leg bye.
And I have to say that if I was the bowler, I'd probably be a little upset with not getting that.
there haven't been many drives. Those straight down the ground off the seamers have all come from ALEC Stewart. Shows what superb form he's in. Big shot again. This time Venkat has no hesitation. Crawley goes, trapped on the back foot. At last a Lara bowling change has worked for the West Indies. England lose their second wicket, but they are 166 runs in front.
Just getting on. And you have to say that that's out, and probably John Crawley really can't argue too much about it. Probably a second life, but he's done well. 22 runs, and England now 143 for 2.
Nasser Hussain makes his way out to the middle. 61 not out in that first innings. Comes in to join ALEC Stewart, who's on 71 not out.
And, certainly a spring in the step of McLean now. He's taken the wicket of John Crawley and he's bowling pretty quickly. Edged and caught in the end. Caught in the end. It's gone straight through David Williams, hit him on the cap badge. And Brian Lara diving behind. Hooper, sorry, diving behind. Has taken the catch. McLean's got 2 wickets in 2 overs. Stewart's gone for a brave and very effective 73.
That one took off, hit David Williams straight in the cap. He didn't think about where the ball had gone because he was worrying about the blow that he got. And Carl Hooper having to dive behind him to finish off the catch. End of a very good innings by ALEC Stewart. 73 of 154 balls. It's 148 for 3.
Graham Thorpe is in at number 5 for England. He's already had a word with Nasser Hussain, who will have told him McLean is bowling very, very fast. It's good positive stuff from Thorpe. He's away. It's the 150 up for England. Glorious stroke from Hussain. No need to run for that. 4 all away. Well, nearly. Edge pass, second slip for 4. Benjamin head down. Hands on knees. Can't believe his ill luck.
This one coming in the air, then just pitching and going away or straightening just outside the off stump. That's pretty much a difficult delivery to bowl, but perhaps if you can do it the best, deliver to bowl to the left-hander when you come round the wicket.
That's a good shot. That is a Thorpe trademark. And it's raced away for 4. And Thorpe repeats the extra cover drive.
Gotcha.
Just past the right hand. The outfield is very fast and it will go all the way. Just slowing up down there. Just putting it back. Well, that part of the outfield is not as fast as the others. Srinivasa Venkatragavan over there, feeling the strain of the heat.
It's not too far away. Venkat knew about off-spin because he bowled it. long way back.
Looking at that, that really should have been given out. It's hit the pad and close enough to the leg stump for the appeal. Leg bye is given. 4 to the total.
It's off the shoulder and wide of second slip. More good fortune for England, not so for the West Indies bowlers.
Well, I think that's hurt Graham Thorpe. That's pinched his fingers against the bat handle, I think, maybe his thumb. And that will be sore. Bounced. Just squeezes that finger. Not with the bottom finger.
I think it hurts, just a little bit.
Well, it wasn't hurting too much at all until the fizz got hold of it. Now he's in agony. Well, that's going to be 4 runs. That was the shot that Graham Thorpe was looking to play in the first innings. It's Carl Hooper and got out. This time puts it away. Brings up the 50 partnership.
Good partnerships. A little blip there. 5 between Hussein and Stewart, and now a 51 unbroken between Hussein and Thorpe. Might just have hit him on the head. Leg byes, yeah. It's clanged the helmet. So Thorpe being positive, but just slightly in the wars. Blow on the thumb and then smack on the head.
Just checks the peak still there.
Hussein's got hold of that one. Ambrose is down there. He's parried it. And he's just got hold of it at the second attempt. Just 2 to Hussein.
No, this one was just on a little bit quicker than he was expecting. Quite high on the bat. It's not easy for Curtly Ambrose then. Does well to prevent the 4 runs.
Well, it's not the end of the over. I think the umpires miscounted. And to the detriment of Nasser Hussain, because he's out caught and bowled off what we think is the 7th ball of the over. No matter, it goes down in the scorebook. England have lost their 4th wicket for 202. Adam Hollyoake is in at number 6 for England. He'll be at the non-striker's end.
And just one more run for 3,000 in tests. Graham Thorpe becomes the 27th Englishman to score 3,000 runs in Test cricket. It's wide and McLean. He can't get there, it's 4 more.
Good positive stroke play from Adam Hollyoake. Got a lot of bat onto that one, taking it very wide.
7 more runs were added before bad light once again stopped play. And here's the England card. An opening stand of 91 between Atherton and Stewart got England away to that excellent start. Stewart made 73, his second 50 of the match, but controversially Hussein out to the 7th ball of a Welsh over. A couple of wickets for Nixon McLean, but Lara's decision to open with Benjamin and McLean rather than Ambrose and Walsh I thought was quite bewildering. And that's the state of the game. England lead by 242 with 6 wickets still in hand. So today Angus Fraser will never forget his 8 wickets for 53, the best figures ever by an Englishman against the West Indies, and who knows, there might be enough to set up an England victory. Well, join us tomorrow to find out. Test match special on the air from 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon on Radio 4 Longwave, and I'll be back with more highlights tomorrow evening. But until then, from all of us here at Queen's Park Oval in Port of Spain, good night.
With a